It's the first ever BASSfest, where we started out with 140 of the world's best anglers.
Yeah!
After 4 days of competition, we're down to 12.
Come here!
The place, Chickamauga Lake on the Tennessee River. And rest assured that the bass are way bigger now than when the pros fished here in the 80s and 90s.
The biggest bass for the season!
We saw Mike Iaconelli light it up on day one.
4-pounder.
We're seeing anglers following each other through the community hole carousel.
You think that's cool? You ain't part of the community.
Not one of those anglers is Jacob Wheeler on day 2.
Boom! Yeah!
He crushes him for a 7-pound lead.
29 pounds, 13 ounces!
Those below the top 50 after 2 days have 1 second chance. A day of fishing on Lake Nickajack.
Yeah! Yeah! Give me some, man.
And 10 of the 90 do well enough to get back into the field for the final 2 days. Semi-final day on Chickamauga. Pressure was on.
Come here, baby. Get your butt in.
And Jacob Wheeler could not run away from the crowd.
Good one. Yes.
Matt Herren cut his lead to 1 pound as they lead the top 12 anglers into the final. Well, there it is after 3 days of fishing, 4 days if you count the second chance tournament on Nickajack. We're down from 140 to the final 12 who will go at it on this final day. And look at it, Jacob Wheeler with the lead, of course. The guys chasing him, including Matt Herren, just a pound back, Kevin VanDam, Hackney, and the rest of them. And Tommy Sanders here with Mark Zona. Welcome to the Toyota Bassmaster studio. The biggest money event of the regular season, or I guess it's an extra event for the season. And this 23-year-old Jacob Wheeler in charge here, but he's got, we said, VanDam. He's got Hackney behind him and Heron just a pound behind him. He's far from done with this.
Yeah, definitely not out of the woods yet. And really, there's been 3 distinct game plans this entire tournament. Number one, we're going to look at what VanDam has done. He is the survivor of all the community hole fishermen in this tournament, fishing right next to Jeff Crete, Russ Lane, and he has had to outfish his competition to get to these finals. From there, you look at Matt Herren, and really if you were to poll the entire field, Matt Herren probably is the guy that the rest of the field said there's no way he could be here fishing boat docks, fishing shallow, really the entire tournament, yet pretty much he's done it to perfection. From there, we look at the guy that has thrown the kitchen sink at him, Jacob Wheeler, and we were with Wheeler on his 3rd day of competition. I literally think, Sanders, he fished 40 spots in 40 minutes and throwing an arsenal at him. But like you said, not out of the woods yet.
Well, that's kind of what we're looking for. At least three different approaches among the 12 anglers left on this final day. So we got about 8 hours of fishing on Chickamauga Lake. It has not disappointed so far. We're looking forward to it.
This is the day. I mean, this is the 4th quarter. This is where, we played a decent 3rd quarter. We didn't completely get out of the whole deal. We caught a couple key fish, but this is the 4th quarter, and this is where events are won.
Sometime during the day, I need 5 of them 4.5 pounders to crawl in this boat and make Mr. Wheeler have to catch them.
There's hope. I'm just gonna have to make the right decisions at the right time. That's gonna be the whole key. My area's got them.
Today's the day we really got to make it happen. It's Sunday, I'm in striking distance. I know I need a giant bag. We only got 12 guys. We're gonna throw every bait I got on the deck, and we're gonna try to catch those big ones that this lake has. That's what it's gonna take for me to win, and that's all I wanna do.
You have to close things out. Basically right now, just going fishing and catching the biggest bag we possibly can. You cannot be satisfied with catching 20, 25, 30 pounds a day. You gotta keep catching them. I'll be happy when I'm calling 5-pounders. That's how I'm gonna look at it.
He don't know it, but I want his butt bad.
So, gotta go out here, keep our head right, make every cast count. Because this thing is all it's all about.
Well, that's it right there. Jacob Wheeler, our leader, and his 2 potentially biggest headaches for today, Matt Herren and Kevin VanDam.
Yeah, and Herren a little bit vocal about wanting to catch up with Wheeler right here. Wheeler going to make about a 10-mile run early this morning and kind of switching things around here on championship day. The reason why a very, very slow start to his semifinal round. The biggest problem in our semifinal round was there was just not a lot of current to set these deeper fish up. You looked at VanDam, Jacob Wheeler throughout the day. These guys were not able to finish their 5 bass limit, and that really is the case of why Herren is still in this event.
That might be a big one, dude. I think it's a big one, dude. He hit it on the fall. Come on, don't do it. Oh, come on, man. Don't jump. Oh, it's a good one. It's a good one. Come on, don't do it. Right next to the boat, baby. Yes, yes, yes. That's the sign. Yes, yes. Woo! Yes, yes. Oh, that's a big one. Oh my gosh, that's a good one. That is a good one to start the morning off. That's the biggest one I've caught in this place so far. Yes. Whew. Start the morning off right, baby. Whew.
And after a slow semifinal round, Jacob Wheeler off to a great start. Not what VanDam and Herren want to see.
Well, that's a good one right there. Remember, he only had 4 fish, not even a limit yesterday. That is a terrific start to this very important final day of BASSfest 2014, and that's where it stands right now. He had just a 1-pound lead, but now he has extended it, but a lot of fishing left to go in a place where the big ones live, Chickamauga Lake.
BASSfest 2014 is brought to you by Toyota, Berkeley, Skeeter Boats, and by Bass Pro Shops.
Long time since the guys at the top level of the Bassmasters have fished Chickamauga Lake, but here we are at the first ever BASSfest. We now have 12 anglers who have reached the final round. The fishing is underway. A lot on the line as we take a look at second place by just a pound or so. Matt Herren, the angler from Alabama, has been super consistent, about 21, 22 pounds each and every day.
And one of the things that we said was we didn't think anybody would survive fishing shallow for more than 1, maybe 2 days. Matt Herren has potential to win up shallow right now.
We need a rally hat, boys. Come on, let's get it. Come on.
All right, all the good luck charms are in place. Actually use that particular method on semifinal day as well. Started that day 7 pounds back of Jacob Wheeler, but owing to the fact that Wheeler only caught 4 fish on that day, and Kevin VanDam as well, well, Herren was able to move way up there, a pound behind the leader.
Herren's had a great game plan fishing shallow almost the entire week, and one of the reasons why he said he feels these fish on Chickamauga that live shallow are completely ignored. Everybody that comes to this lake, they fish out deep this time of year. Matt Herren has had free reign up shallow, and his semifinal round was the key.
Yesterday was big. It gave me a chance to stay in the game and an opportunity to still win this tournament. I just need to get the bites. So. There's one. That poor son of a gun ain't got a lip left. Three and a half. He's skinny. My trolling motor's acting funny. It's really gonna slow me down, which may be a good thing. Something's up. I don't know whether they're not getting charged. I've had a battery cell go bad. I've got enough power to limp around these docks right now. I just hope it holds up. Hey, if y'all ain't gonna hoot and holler when I catch one, you know, come on. Woo! What y'all do, stay out and party all night? Y'all's following Ike and Ellie, you'd be running around screaming and acting a fool.
Yeah, Matt Herren just telling it like it is to his fans
Seeing
out
what
there.
he can
Seeing
do.
what he can do out on the water. We're going to venture now from Matt Herren all the way up to this area so well known on Chickamauga, known as the power plant area, and this is where a big part of this tournament has been happening.
Well, the 2 words that you're going to hear a lot of throughout this show is timing and current. And every single day Kevin VanDam has started here is at company with Jeff Crete, Russ Lane. The one thing they have their eye on is water movement. When that water moves, they bite.
They got to be backfilling because that log ain't moved and the wind's blowing. Yeah, there definitely ain't no current. that log I've been throwing over since I've got here. Maybe they're out here.
I've been seeing them sitting out there, but you can't get them to fire.
Yeah, most of the places I see them, I don't think it's what we're looking for. It was fun the other day when we was all jacking them, you know. The other day, Jeff Crete and Russ and I were sitting here all about this close like that, just steadily catching real good ones. So it was a lot of fun, and the three of us all fishing at the same time helped us keep that school going. So we had about a 45-minute window there where it was a lot of fun. I'm planning on 30 plus though today. Kind of like every day. It's a good one. Yep. No doubt. That's the ones. That's what I gotta have today to have a chance. That's what we gotta have is 5 of these to get him in the boat. Oh gosh. Got it. That's the way you want to start. You know, Russ and I have been fishing here all week like this, and you know, you just got to be fortunate.
So there he is, Kevin VanDam, largely in this place. 22.9 on the first day, 22.14 the second day, going great, and then the third day happened, 15.13. So that's what he's trying to overcome, climb back out of today as we get out to Brett Hite. A rookie, some say a rookie in name only, but certainly a rookie here with the Bassmasters this year. A great season, won the first event of the year. And look how strong this field is. You can win an event and not be any better than 5th place in the Rookie of the Year standings. That is a strong field.
And really the most surprising thing is that right there. You see the quality that came shallow on Chickamauga. Brett Hite over to Greg Hackney right now. Greg Hackney said, my boat has not seen deeper than 6 feet of water all week long. The reason, well, the late spawn, now you have a bluegill spawn, a lot of bass up shallow.
And you know, if I catch some 3-pounders here doing this, I'll fish good the rest of the day, you know, then I'll be able to head on, you know. But it is a good place to catch a, you know, a 5-pounder too. Such a natural, like when I throw that dry, you know, I got a little weight, not a big one. That thing just drifts down into that hole, you know, so when they don't bite that, then there's a problem because I can't get more finesse, you know, than that. All right, he got it. It's gonna be a bass. Feels like a pretty good keeper. Number 1.
And that right there is really the tale of the 2 tournaments going on here. A lot of the guys that are fishing up shallow, they have to weed through fish like that because really that is not what you want at the end of the day.
No, it's not going to do it on this final day especially. And there's your leader, Jacob Wheeler, man who has done his homework here. He's got friends who live here. He loves this place, and he's put the hours in.
And fair to say, I mean, he looked at this on the schedule. When they said they're going to let open anglers in, he was all in. The reason why, knows this lake as well as any local. We were on him on a semifinal round, and Jacob Wheeler was running spots every 5 minutes. And, well, Jacob Wheeler almost feels like he's from Indiana, but he kind of feels like he's at home.
I seriously multiple times thought about moving down here. Like if there were a place I was gonna move, it was gonna be down here. Because I spend so much time down here anyway, it's like, why? And I like it, I have some of my best friends are down here, just. There he is, big, and I think it's a good one. Yeah, it's a good one. Don't do that. Come here. Don't you move, buddy.
Don't you move.
Yes, yes, yes. Another good one. Yes, yes.
Things are stacking up.
Yes.
Jacob Wheeler started this day about a pound ahead of the rest of the field. Look at what he's opened up right now. Now can he run away and hide from the rest of these guys for the rest of the day? We're going to find out. We'll be right back to Chickamauga Lake. Welcome back to the first ever BASSfest 2014, Dayton, Tennessee, and Chickamauga Lake. So much history here for the Bassmasters, but that was a good 20, 30 years ago in some cases. Certainly changed since those days. Actually, they're catching bigger bass here than they caught in any of those years back in the day, and the fashions have changed as well, particularly the shorts.
Yeah, you know, they were pretty short, weren't they? You know, I had old chicken legs too, so it was pretty funny. But I saw a picture of Klein, and I think his were shorter than mine, and his legs were smaller than mine, so I didn't feel so bad.
Well, yeah, that was just the way we dressed.
Back then, I guess that was the only shorts we had. My wife, she says, your shorts are so tight, it looks like they're about to choke you.
I still think Biffle holds the award for the tightest shorts.
I still rather wear those shorts than the ones that rub the top of your knees.
I guess the older we get, the longer them shorts get.
No question. Everybody but Biffle, you know. Biffle still wears the short shorts.
Yeah, that's the way it was back in the day, and that's the way it is today. Very important day today. Final 12 out there on the lake. BASSfest 2014, and Kevin VanDam, who's been laboring with Russ Lane and Jeff Crete in that special little area right near the power plant, making a little move.
Exactly, a little posse that they've been there all week, Tommy
Working
Sanders.
together.
And the main thing really in this entire tournament with Wheeler and VanDam, both of them throwing a half-ounce homemade hair jig. The only problem with this bait, the fish would not commit to it at times. When the current wasn't running real hard, they'd swat at it and they kind of just swipe at it. VanDam definitely had problems throughout the week keeping them hooked on this bait.
God, missed him. God, dog, dude. He didn't eat it, just bumped it. Oh, he hit it twice. Oh, you can see the shad on the top. God, he hit it twice and didn't eat it. Oh, God. Dude, they're there. Got him. Biggin. Gonna jump. That's the kind we need right there. That's a big one. He swallowed it. That's a 6-pounder. I had 3 bites and 3 casts, so let's see if we can get another one to eat it.
Things starting to heat up just a little bit for Kevin VanDam here. You see he's cut into that lead that Jacob Wheeler has opened up, extended during the first part of this day as we go up to Hank Cherry, last year's Rookie of the Year, the Bassmaster Elite Series, and advances to the top 12 here.
And we've definitely heard about some big stringers coming out of Chickamauga earlier this spring. Well, Hank Cherry was one of those anglers that found one of those beasts. Take a look at his, well, there it is, the Carhartt Big Bass of the week. 10 pounds, 11 ounces. Here's the best part. Caught it off of a bed. That fish was spawning this time of year, very rare.
So from Hank Cherry back to our leader, Jacob Wheeler. And Mark Zona, when you and I watched him in the semifinal round, at this point in the day,
shaky.
He was stuck on center. Nothing happening for him. A big contrast to what's happening in this final round.
Right, and really we talked about it. The most important time of this tournament was this final morning, just to put some quality fish in the boat after that slow semifinal round. And well, when we called him on the lake, a lot of confidence after a few were in the live well. Jacob Wheeler with a huge morning. Jacob, if you can, walk us through your game plan this morning, going to an area that you have not looked at all week long.
You know, basically it was something that I've been saving. You know, it's a place that it's a place that's off the beaten path, and I figured nobody would know about it. I found it actually one time when I was down here, and the water was down about 5 feet, and then that's what I knew those fish get in it, and I've seen them get in it before, and I was saving it for this day, for the last day.
Jacob, if you can, walk through the rotation of lures that you've used all week long, because you've really been doing a lot of things different from the rest of the anglers in the top 12.
You know, I've been trying to catch a lot of, there's the biggest fish in the school as possible. And, my main lures have been a big swim bait, a hair jig, and basically, if they won't bite that, they'd bite a little, either a smaller worm, and they might even eat a crankbait. The first day, we generated a lot of current, we had a lot of wind, they ate a crankbait. This morning, it was all about a chatterbait, but with it being slick calm the last couple days and just current, they want something a little bit more subtle on that swim bait and a hair jig, and if they won't bite that, you throw that little worm out there and you catch a few fish.
Jacob Wheeler, again, only 23 years old, but very, very impressive. I mean, just look at what he's done here. 22 and a half day one, 29-13 on day 2. Struggled a bit on day 3, but came over here through the Bass Pro Shops Bassmaster Opens, where he's fished 9 of them, is only top 10 here in the state of Tennessee.
Not all bad, and one of the things with Jacob Wheeler is he's not on a mega school. I mean, some of these guys we're talking about, they're on a school with hundreds of bass. Jacob Wheeler's not on that. He's on spots, fishing very isolated areas for very individual bass.
Come here. Come here, come here, come here, come here. Come here. Come on. Yes. Yes.
So we saw Kevin VanDam trying to surge back, but hey, Jacob Wheeler not going to let him back in this thing, at least as it stands right now. This man started the day a pound back. Well, Matt Herren, but right now, distractions, not the things you want on the final day, but he's got a pile of them right now.
We ain't gonna be fishing long. My batteries are dead. I mean, I am barely moving. Well, we got a service crew here, hopefully fixing to save us. We've got some kind of issue. We've either lost the batteries.
I think ain't none of them bad. There's the bad one. That's U.S. Cavalry, boys. I'm playing mechanic right now, brother. We've had a battery go bad or something.
Thank God that we got an unbelievable support staff behind us out here doing this for a living. We couldn't do it without them. Joby Smith brought a load tester. We diagnosed the problem. We had a bad cell in the battery. Lost about 5 minutes fishing, repairing it. And we're back up running. I couldn't do it without Joby and all my support crew. Oh.
Come here. Come here. Come on, Marty, what's going on, dude? Don't move. Don't move. What is up?
The line caught on the camera.
Again, distractions. Distractions on this final day.
Well, that's cameraman Eric right there. He's part of the Bassmaster camera crew, and he's actually, he's the official observer in the boat, carrying a 70-pound camera. And then Matt Herren's line accidentally got caught in his camera. We don't see that, pretty much never. And, cameraman Eric is really lucky to be alive right now that Matt Herren didn't wring his neck.
That was Laurel and Hardy do bass fishing, brother.
I was sitting there, I couldn't move the fish. I'm like, what in the God's name am I hung on?
That there was what you call Chinese fire drill. I just caught a big one, set the hook. I've never had that happen. In all the years I've been bass fishing, I've never caught the camera guy. Cost me a 10-pounder on day 1.
And the great part of it is Matt Herren landed that bass. That's all.
No harm, no foul.
Tommy, you know what
everything's
it's time for?
fine.
It's hashtag big catch.
Well, heck, we want to hear from you. If you catch one, a good one like that, no matter how you catch it, we want to see the picture. Tweet your catch, hashtag big catch. That's what you got to go to, hashtag big catch. Let's do this.
BASSfest 2014 is brought to you by Humminbird, Mercury, and by Minn Kota.
Welcome back. It's final day coverage of BASSfest 2014. Very important to take a look at our Toyota Bassmaster Angler of the Year points. Do you think we got a good race going here? How about 1 point separating Mark Davis and Greg Hackney, who's currently laboring in the top 12 right now? Aaron Martin's, important to note, last year's Angler of the Year, right there in this race in third place.
Exactly, out of the water right now with Greg Hackney. Hackney catching some small ones, looking for a big bite.
Fish up through here about 50 yards of this. See a couple pieces of stuff up there good. And the bank gets real bluff, and I like that. So.
But there's still time.
Oh
too.
yeah, I'm watching my time, because I'm gonna make sure I save me enough time, you know, to just in case that channel bank with that wood turns out, I'll have time to fish it all. It's a big one. Get in here, get in here! You said we had time. That's getting well kind of quick.
That was the one Greg Hackney was looking for right there. Currently has him still, though, in 6th place right out of that top 5 as we head over to Gerald. Swindle having a really good year this year. Came so close at Dardanelle.
Exactly right. You kind of break down Chickamauga this entire week, and a lot of our anglers that are in the top 5 said these are some of the smartest bass they have ever fished
Educated,
for.
yeah.
Exactly right. You look at Swindle right here, just throwing a little worm, and what's gone on in this tournament is these fish have been pounded from all those big bags that you saw in February and March, going out to Terry Scroggins right now. These fish are incredibly intelligent. You're not seeing guys throwing giant crankbaits all day long. You look at Scroggins, another guy throwing a little shaky head worm. With all of the tournaments that go on this lake, Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, to make the top 12 in this tournament, you needed to be on your game.
Oh. All right, number 4. They just being contrary.
Terry Scroggins had a good tournament, at least 2 of the 4 days, over 19 pounds, trying to bring it up to that level again as we're back over to 2nd place, Matt Heron.
Nope. God. How'd you do that? What? Oh, God. God!
That was the one that killed me right there. Dang it! God, I can't believe that, man. That's like it just took the life out of me.
No, Matt Herren battling, trying to hang in there. Had a couple of distractions today and just trying to keep pace with Jacob Wheeler. Not an easy thing to do. He started a pound back and he has lost ground in the waning hours of fishing.
Exactly, over to VanDam, and the biggest thing happening right now, late every day, that water would start to move. Generally, that's what turned them on.
A little bit of water moving now, not much though. It's moving though. Bunch of fish down here now. 2 more, and we'll have a shot. Gotta be 1 7-pounder in there. Got it. Feels pretty good, dude. He's coming to jump. God, that feels good. Oh gosh. Here we go. That's a pretty good one too. Now we got a good bag. Should have just came here.
There's one. That one feels freaking big. It is. He is pulling. It's a pretty good one.
Well, when Kevin VanDam brought in those big weights the first 2 days of this tournament, everyone started sort of ginning up the excitement, the enthusiasm. VanDam is in this thing. Jacob Wheeler's got the lead, but man, we have got a horse race.
And make no mistake about it, Jacob Wheeler is not a beginner. He's not an open angler. This guy is an FLW championship angler, and really throughout this entire week, Jacob Wheeler has shown us why.
Dang, this current's not running real strong with that wind. Pushing me up. Oh, it's a big one, dude. Big one. Don't do it. Oh my gosh. Big one. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Don't do it, don't do it. Come here, come here, come here. Come here. Take your time, I'll try to. Oh gosh. Come here, come here. Watch out. Watch out, watch out. A big one. Come here. Come here, baby. Yeah! Yes! 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 Woo! Oh. Yeah! Oh my gosh! Whew. Give me a high five on that one, dude. Yeah! Yes, freaking stud. All right, we gotta weigh this sucker and put him on the scale. Oh, heck yes. 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 Yeah. Get down. That's huge right there. That is huge. Woo. Oh my gosh. What's going on?
Well, that's just another entry into what has been the Jacob Wheeler highlight reel. That's the story of this tournament on Chickamauga Lake. The question is that the one there that's going to do it for him? We'll be back.
Yeah! Yes!
Now we're back in Dayton, Tennessee, Chickamauga Lake. There's our leader, Jacob Wheeler, getting ready to come to weigh-in time. Look at the big crowd here at BASSfest. A lot for these folks to do all day long. Now they're ready for the climax of the day. Who's going to win this thing?
All the way from Phoenix, Arizona. Give me a little love for Hite, Brett Hite. Looking for 14 pounds and an ounce. 17 pounds even. A brand new leader with 71 pounds and 5 ounces. A former Toyota Bassmaster Angler of the Year and Bass Pro Shops Bassmaster Open Champion from Warrior, Alabama, the G-Man, Gerald Swindle. Looking for 1511. 1511 is the number. 18 pounds, 15 ounces. Once again, the G-Man coming. 2 weeks in a row, Gerald Swindle on Championship Sunday makes a run at this deal. From San Mateo, Florida. Well, it's the big show, Terry Scroggins. You need to have had a good day. Looking for 18.7. 13 pounds and 3 ounces. Gerald Swindle remains in the lead. From Gonzales, Louisiana, the Hack Attack, Greg Hackney. At 58 pounds, 7 ounces to start the day. Looking for 16.4. 12 pounds and an ounce, not gonna take the lead, but Greg Hackney once again continues his assault on the Bassmaster Elite Series. Just 3 left to go. And I just want you to say on the mic what you just said to me.
Uh-oh, I'm like the monkey said when he cut off his tail, it won't be long now and I'll be leaving.
Well, he is a 7-time Toyota Bassmaster Angler of the Year. KVD, Kevin VanDam! Oh boy, Championship Sunday. He's just showing you the grocery list, that's all. Started the day with 61 pounds and 4 ounces, looking for 13.7. 23 pounds, 8 ounces. 84 pounds and 12 ounces. And Kevin VanDam moves into the #1 spot. Dayton, Tennessee, let me hear it. KVD with a couple of finned freaks of nature. Let's roll through our next angler. Hails from Asheville, Alabama. Get loud for Matt T-Bone Herren. Matt Herren has got a limit of fish, 5 fish, all alive, looking for 17.9. 16 pounds, 11 ounces. Kevin VanDam remains in the lead, but let's celebrate Matt Herren. An incredible finish here, no matter what way you look at it. We started with 140 anglers, and with 1 angler left to go, Matt Herren moves into 2nd place. He left the dock this morning with the lead. We started with 140, cut it down to 60, now 12, and now just 2 remain here from Indianapolis, Indiana. The 2012 Forest Wood Cup champion fishing his first ever Bassmaster Elite Series event. Get loud for Jacob Wheeler. Boom shakalaka, giant bass for Jacob Wheeler. 5 fish looking for 16 pounds, 8 ounces. 22 pounds and an ounce. Jacob Wheeler has done it. BASSfest officially becomes a Wheeler Whack Fest with 90 pounds and 6 ounces. Jacob Wheeler becomes the inaugural Bassmaster BASSfest champion. Get loud, Dayton, Tennessee. Your 2014 Bassmaster Elite Series BASSfest champion, Jacob Wheeler!
How about it? How about that performance? Jacob Wheeler holds the lead for 3 of the 4 days of fishing on Chickamauga Lake, and this is the important day to have the lead. The final day, it's in the books. He is the first ever champion of BASSfest. Jacob Wheeler, welcome to the studios, and let me be among the first to congratulate. That was something. I mean, at age 23, to hold off Heron, a pound back, Kevin VanDam, Hackney, the rest of them. This is a hard group to beat. There's a bunch of monsters out there.
Without a doubt. I mean, that was a stacked top 12. Those guys were absolutely unbelievable. I mean, look at Kevin. I mean, I've been watching Kevin since I was itty bitty. You know, I was born in 1990. He's been winning tournaments since 1985. So, I mean, this guy is unbelievable. Matt's been catching them consistently the last 6-8 years. So, I mean, these guys are veterans of the sport, and to be in that opportunity to get out there and really catch those fish and really close it out the last day, it was unbelievable.
Well, there was something that you did not want to talk about. There was something Kevin VanDam did not want to talk about. We're going to walk over to this monitor right here and really kind of dive in to that old school jig. People call it a preacher jig from way back. I've heard a Wishich jig, but it is an old school hair jig.
It is. I mean, it's something that's that really shines when there's a lot of pressure. When these fish on Chickamauga, they get a lot of pressure. I mean, they see those crankbaits. When they first get out there, they'll bite anything. You throw a crankbait out there,
they're not conditioned yet.
They're not conditioned. They first get out there, and you're the first people, first couple guys to figure out they're out there. It's lights out on anything you want to throw. But then they get conditioned, and then they start suspending off the ledge. The current gets a little bit less. Later in the spring, later in June, the current actually lessens up a little bit. You don't get as much rain normally, and so the current really doesn't position as much, and those fish spin, and that's when that thing gets pretty special.
One thing you did not want to talk about, I said, give me your exact retrieve, and you're like, I don't want to do that. Talk about the retrieve of that bait.
It's something about that jig falling. It flattens out when it falls, and so on the Tennessee River, these fish eat gizzard shad. That's what they eat. Them big bass love a gizzard. It's big. Thread fin get about 2, 3, 4 inches. Them gizzards get 6, 8, 9 inches long, and that's a meal. They want to have a meal when they get there. So that hair jig will flatten out when it's falling, and reeling that thing up there, you're snapping it up, you're bringing it up about 3, 4 feet and dropping it down, and when that line jumps, you just know it's a big one. Don't do it. Come here, baby, get your butt in here. Go.
gosh. Just go where she wants to. Come here, baby. You ready? Are you ready? Come up here, baby. Take your time. Take your time. I'm gonna bring her around. You wore out yet? You wore out yet? Okay, come here. All right, come here. Boom! Yeah! Biggin! Son of a gun.
Well, we've seen it, haven't we? A cavalcade of great catches from Jacob Wheeler right here. Jacob, I know a big money event of the summer. That's great to beat the big field. We've already talked about that, but I'm thinking maybe the best part is the qualification for the 2015 Bassmaster Classic.
Without a doubt. I mean, I've been thinking about that since I was little. I mean, second grade, career day, I was a professional bass fisherman. So this is something that I wanted for a long time. And the Bassmasters Classic is the biggest championship out there, hands down. It's the Super Bowl of bass fishing, and going out there and having that opportunity to compete against the best in the world, and for that trophy and the hardware, it's going to be pretty unbelievable come February.
Will we see you soon, you think, on the Elite Series?
You know, I would like to move, you know, and fish the Elites. I really would. You know, we'll see sort of what happens. You know, I'm 9th in points right now. After one event at Douglas, and I have 2 events left to go, you know, Champlain, and you know, I really like that place, and I'm going to spend a lot of time up there, you know, so Champlain's left, and then the Detroit River, so, you know, if I can keep my head up and stay consistent in these next 2 events, you know, there's a very good possibility I might be having a good opportunity to be fishing over in the Leads next year.
Jacob Wheeler making some history, and so much ahead of him at age 23. We can't wait to see what happens. We'll come back to wrap up BASSfest and take a look ahead when we return.
BASSfest 2014 is brought to you by Triton Boats. Nitro. Toyota. And by Berkeley.
BASSfest is all about the fans. So for this week's 6 seconds, we decided to talk to the fans. You got 6 seconds to answer this question. 13 anglers in our field have won a Bassmaster Classic title. I need you to name as many as you can in 6 seconds. Go.
Randy Howell, Kevin VanDam.
Did not win one.
Kevin VanDam.
Time's up. Want to try again?
Yeah. Greg
Okay.
Hackney.
No, you should have stopped.
I should have stopped.
Go.
Mike Iaconelli, Kevin VanDam, what's his, can't think when I'm on TV, man. It's like stage fright.
Neither can I.
Kevin VanDam, Skeet Race, Mike Iaconelli, Ish Monroe.
You got 3. Ish has not won one.
Oh, Ish ain't. Dang.
KVD, Mike Iaconelli, Shaw Grigsby.
You got 2.
I got 2, okay.
Shaw Grigsby has not won.
He has not won.
I mean, it's hard to think of a guy that would have won a Bassmaster Classic title.
Oh, you said in the field. He's not fishing today.
He's in the tournament.
Skeet Reese, didn't he won?
Time is up, dude. You can't start throwing stuff out afterwards. Sorry about that. 22 pounds and an ounce.
Well, there it is, finally in the books, the first ever BASSfest, and we look at our top 12, how they fared on this actually 5th day of fishing when you factor in the Second Chance Tournament and all of that. Truly a different sort of event, and Jacob Wheeler taking charge of it at 23 years old, fishing in his first event with the Bassmasters at this level, and he takes a big win.
Good start.
Yeah, that's not, how's he going to be satisfied anymore after he's beaten VanDam and Herren and all these guys? This is an amazing performance at a really different sort of tournament.
It was, and I think one of the most interesting things about BASSfest, from an analyst standpoint or a fan standpoint, seeing how our anglers fished with no points on the line, it really reminded you of like a mini Bassmaster Classic. Guys fished either the way they wanted to fish or fished out of their realm. A lot of shallow water guys, you saw them out on the river ledges just trying to win the event. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, it was a whole different extra world for the fans too. They really enjoyed the sort of the festival atmosphere. It was kind of half a homecoming.
I know I did.
I know you did. Plenty. a festival atmosphere, lots of seminars and so forth, a lot for the fans. It was a great thing that we hope becomes a tradition. It's probably going to get bigger and bigger all the time, but we've got other things to do. We got to get back to the regular season. We got to get back to the points race, and we are going to a place where, well, most of us have never been before, the Delaware River.
Well, right, I cannot give you much feedback right now on the Delaware River. Here's what I can give you right outside of Philadelphia. Michael Iaconelli, he is going to be a powerful force here. The reason why, more history than any angler by far in the field. And then whenever you hear the word river connected to anything, fish want to live shallow. You look at guys like Greg Hackney rising up in the Angler of the Year standings. Look at your shallow water bangers. They're going to rise up here.
All right, we look forward to that one. The Delaware River, the next stop on the Bassmaster Elite Series. We'll see you there.